Hello and welcome to Doh Athan, a weekly podcast from Frontier Myanmar. I'm Oliver Slow. Since economic and political reforms began in Myanmar in 2011, one of the most controversial projects in the country has been the Letpadaung Copper Mine, close to Monywa in Sagaing Region. This week, in partnership with the Monywa Gazette, Doh Athan meets with villagers affected by the project and hears about some of their anger towards it, including concerns about land confiscation and environmental damage. Here's the full story. Doh Win, 43, has spent her whole life in Zitor village, close to the western banks of the Chinwin River in Sagaing Region, Salinji Township. She remembers when the area surrounding it was nothing but fields that local residents used to grow an assortment of crops.
We used those fields for generations. We grew sesames, beans, wheat. It depends on the season.
Today, however, those lands have largely disappeared, replaced by the Letpadaung Copper Mine, the heavily fortified compound of which looms to the village's north. As dusk descended over the village during Doh Athan's visit, the sound of stones being crushed on the site could be heard in the distance. Small-scale mining has been conducted at the site for decades. And in 1996, Canadian company Ivanhoe Mines formed a joint venture with the state-owned mining enterprise No. 1 to increase the operations there. In 2011, Wanbao Mining Company, a subsidiary of China's state-owned armed manufacturer Norinco, formed a joint venture with Myanmar's military-linked Union of Myanmar Economic Holdings Limited to form the Myanmar Wanbao Company. The project has been shrouded in controversy in recent years, particularly since economic and political reforms began in 2011, and local residents began exercising their newfound right to protest. One of the most infamous incidents regarding the project occurred in November 2012, when police allegedly used phosphorus smoke grenades against protesters, causing extensive chemical burns to dozens of people. Following the incident, the government formed an investigation committee headed by Daw San Suu Kyi, who was opposition leader at the time. The committee's report acknowledged that an environmental and social assessment had not been conducted, but said that cancelling the project would affect the economy as well as relations with China. Following the Commission's report release, Wanbao said it would continue contributing to the sustainable development of our local community and of Myanmar as a whole, and after a suspension, work restarted in May 2016. In December 2014, local resident Doh Win was shot and killed during a protest against expansion of the mine's area, leading to protests outside the Chinese embassy in Yangon. No public investigation has been conducted into the killing. Calls to Myanmar Wanbao's Yangon office went unanswered, but on its website the company said that it regularly consults with the people of surrounding villages on all issues concerning our work as part of our ethical approach to mining. Local residents, however, told Doh Athan that this isn't the case. In a report published in February 2017, Amnesty International said the project was plagued by human rights abuses, citing land confiscation issues, environmental concerns, and the use of repressive laws to harass activists and villagers opposed to the mine, and called on the Myanmar government to suspend operations. Win said that residents of Zitor had still not been offered adequate compensation for the land they'd lost, and that waste overspill from the project was destroying the fields that remain. She said that in October 2018, acid from the project contaminated land surrounding her village, destroying many of the trees. Officials from the Ministry of Natural Resources and Environmental Conservation and from Myanmar Wanbao visited the village for an inspection and concluded that the land had been destroyed by the acid, although no action has yet been taken, she said. As strongly as she is opposed to the project, Win said that she accepts that she cannot stop it, but that she and her fellow villagers wanted to receive fair compensation and 2 jobs for every household affected by the project, as opposed to the 1 job per household currently being offered. She also expressed concern that she and other villagers will be relocated if the project site is expanded.
I believe we will move from this village, But we will have to if they put pressures on us, because they are detectors.
Opposition to the project hasn't softened in other villages close to the Letpadaung site. Kowong Zo-u, a resident of Wet May village on the northeast corner of the Letpadaung compound, said he would be happy for the project to go ahead if it benefited the country, but they had seen little evidence of that. Some of the concerns he raised included the military government taking lands as they wished for the project, a lack of adequate compensation for land loss, and a general lack of transparency around the project.
I will say nothing about this project if the country could get a benefit from it.
In early March, State Councillor Doh Athan conducted a town hall meeting in Monywa, which is across the Chin Win River from the Letpadaung mine site. Local residents Doh Athan met at Wat May, said they had hoped to raise the issue with Aung San Suu Kyi during her visit, but that only one villager, Ma Thwe Thwe Win, was allowed to ask a question regarding the issue. In a video shared on social media of the exchange, Thwe Thwe Win told Aung San Suu Kyi that she had met with Sagaing Region Chief Minister U Min Naing about the Letpadaung project, but he had said he didn't know about the issue and had no authority regarding it. Aung San Suu Kyi responded that the issues surrounding Letpadaung should be resolved through negotiation and that the project had been halted because some people didn't want it to finish. She urged Thwe Thwe Win to submit a letter of complaint to the regional and union governments. In a heated exchange, when Thwe Thwe Win asked Aung San Suu Kyi to scold a local politician, the State Council responded that there were many people who needed to be scolded. Thwe Thwe Win's sister, Mya Pu Pu Win, told Doh Athan in Wet May that she had tried to speak many times with government officials regarding her concerns, and hoped to raise these with Aung San Suu Kyi. In particular, she hoped to speak about a case open against her, her sister, and another local resident, Ma San San La, following an altercation with police officers in the region in March 2018. Although the charges, which were related to harming a public servant, were eventually dropped, Pu Pu Win said the case caused many issues for the local community.
Although we won, we hired a lawyer and lost money because we couldn't go to work because of the trial. It was trouble from one place to another during the trial. We are not rich, we live hand to mouth. Who would take responsibility for our losses? We don't like this project. Letpadaung is not a good project for our region because there are more disadvantages than advantages. There's no improvement for the country through this project.
We hope you enjoyed this edition of Doh Athan. This program was put together this week by Oliver Slow, Zani and E.E. Mon from Monywa Gazette. Please stay tuned for next Wednesday's episode and visit the Doh Athan Facebook page. The project to support human rights reporting is a partnership between Frontier Myanmar and Fondation Hirondelle, funded by the Embassy of the Netherlands in Myanmar and the US Embassy. Thank you for listening.